She was tied up in a derelict flat while the woman she loved believed she was sunning herself on holiday in Lanzarote. Meanwhile, back on the cobbles, that same woman was falling into bed with the person responsible for it all. If you think you know where Carla Connor and Lisa Swain's story is heading next, think again, because Coronation Street's early IDVX release just dropped a twist that has turned the entire Swarla fandom upside down, and we are breaking down every single detail right now. Welcome back to the channel, soap fans, because today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about relationships currently airing on British television. Coronation Street has never shied away from big, emotional, sometimes downright chaotic love stories, but few in recent memory have gripped viewers quite like the romance between businesswoman Carla Connor and Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain. Just when fans thought this couple had finally found their happy ending, the show's early IDVX release, which lets viewers watch upcoming episodes ahead of their broadcast slot on ITV1, has confirmed a future for the pair that nobody was fully expecting, and it is sending shockwaves through the fanbase. Before we get into exactly what has happened, let's rewind for anyone who hasn't been following every twist and turn of this roller coaster relationship, because there is a lot of history here. Carla Connor is played by Alison King, who has been a fixture on Coronation Street since 2006 and is widely regarded as one of the show's most iconic leading ladies. Carla has survived just about everything a soap character can survive: collapsing businesses, breakdowns, betrayals, and a string of marriages, including 2 rounds with on-off husband Peter Barlow. She is sharp, guarded, fiercely loyal to the people she loves, and has spent years building walls around her heart after being hurt one too many times. Enter Lisa Swain, played by Vicky Myers, who arrived in Weatherfield as a police detective and quickly became entangled in the street's dramas. What started as a professional connection between Lisa and Carla slowly blossomed into something deeper, and in November of 2024, the pair shared a kiss that sent the fandom, who quickly nicknamed the couple Swarla, into a frenzy. From there, their relationship became one of the central emotional threads of the show, with viewers watching Carla open up in ways she rarely had before, and Lisa slowly lowering her guard after the loss of her previous wife, Becky. That loss is where things get complicated, and it is the key to understanding everything that has unfolded since. Lisa believed her wife Becky Swain had died, and she carried that grief with her throughout the early stages of her relationship with Carla, even confiding in her therapist that she feared there was more to Becky's death than she had ever been told. Those fears turned out to be entirely justified. Becky, played by Amy Cudden, was revealed to be very much alive, having spent years in witness protection in Spain. Her sudden reappearance in Weatherfield detonated a bomb under Carla and Lisa's relationship just as it was reaching its happiest point. And it really was reaching a high point before all of this. After a couple of proposal attempts that went hilariously wrong, including one memorable disaster involving a ring hidden in a champagne glass, which Carla abandoned after learning it was eerily similar to how Becky had once proposed to Lisa, it was ultimately Lisa who got down on one knee. In an early ITVX release watched by fans ahead of its ITV1 broadcast, Lisa surprised Carla outside the Underworld factory in front of colleagues, family, and her daughter Betsy, delivering a heartfelt speech before slipping a ring onto Carla's finger. Social media exploded with celebration, with fans flooding timelines with the hashtag Swarla, calling it one of the most romantic proposals the show has ever produced. But Coronation Street would not be Coronation Street without throwing a spanner in the works, and that is exactly what happened next. Just as the pair were preparing to plan their wedding, it emerged that Lisa legally could not marry Carla at all, because she was technically still married to Becky, who was, of course, still alive. That revelation alone was enough to rattle the relationship, with Carla growing suspicious that Lisa was quietly keeping her options open rather than closing the door on her past for good. Then Becky made her presence felt in the worst possible way. Rather than staying on the sidelines, she embedded herself back into Lisa's orbit, renting a flat close to Weatherfield and using every opportunity to remind Lisa of the life and the love they used to share. Carla, understandably, struggled to contain her jealousy, confiding in her nephew Ryan about her fears that Lisa might choose her past over her future. Those fears escalated dramatically when Becky's manipulation turned genuinely dangerous. In scenes that left viewers gripped, Becky lured Carla away under the pretense of a trip, leaving Lisa to believe her fiancé was safely on holiday in Lanzarote. In reality, Carla had never left the country. She had been bound, gagged, and held captive by Becky, first in a derelict flat and later in a shipping container, as part of an increasingly desperate plot to force Lisa back into her arms. While Carla was fighting for survival, completely cut off from the outside world, Becky was busy manipulating Lisa at home, offering comfort during a stressful, vulnerable moment. That comfort turned physical, and Lisa and Becky ended up sleeping together, even as Lisa sent Carla a voice message insisting that Carla was the only one she truly wanted. It is one of the most gut-wrenching examples of dramatic irony the show has pulled off in years, and it set the stage for the crossover event that finally blew the entire storyline wide open. That event was the Corrie crossover, a special collaboration between Coronation Street and sister ITV soap Emmerdale, which saw Emmerdale's Kit Green stumble upon the shocking discovery of Carla, bound and helpless, inside a shipping container. The rescue finally exposed Becky's deception for what it was, and the fallout has been enormous. Carla emerged from her ordeal physically shaken but emotionally furious, and rightly so, once she learned that Lisa had slept with Becky during the very same window she had spent trapped and terrified. This is where the early ITVX release comes in, and where the real surprise twist lies. Rather than confirming a messy, permanent split for the couple, as many fans feared given the scale of the betrayal, the show has used its early streaming episodes to signal that reconciliation, not separation, is where the story is heading. Coronation Street producer Kate Brooks addressed the future of the relationship directly in a recent interview, explaining that Becky was thrown into the couple's path as an obstacle, and that now her manipulation and dishonesty have been fully exposed. Lisa has finally understood the extent of what Becky put her through. According to Brooks, the love between Carla and Lisa never actually faltered, even during the chaos. It was the circumstances, engineered by Becky, that got in the way. With Becky's true colors laid bare and the ghost of her toxic influence finally being put to rest, the producer confirmed that viewers will see the pair slowly making their way back to each other. For a fandom braced for heartbreak, that confirmation landed like a genuine plot twist, and it is exactly why this story is dominating soap opera discussion online right now. Fans took to social media almost immediately after the early release dropped, with many expressing relief that the show did not choose to end Swarla on the back of Becky's manipulation. Others pointed out that Coronation Street rarely lets its central couples off easily, and that the road back to trust will likely be a bumpy one, given everything Carla has been through. There is also plenty of chatter about Lisa's guilt, with some viewers arguing she has just as much rebuilding to do as Becky has damage to answer for, since it was Lisa's choice to sleep with her ex-wife, regardless of how she was manipulated into that vulnerable moment. Adding another emotional layer to the mix is a storyline that unfolded earlier this year, when a baby was left on Carla and Lisa's doorstep, revealed to be Connie, the daughter of Carla's brother Rob Donovan. Taking in baby Connie gave the couple an unexpected new domestic challenge just as their relationship was already under strain, and it also opened the door to one of Carla's most emotionally raw moments in years, when she opened up to Lisa about the pregnancy she lost during her marriage to Peter Barlow. Alison King has spoken about how significant that scene was for her personally, describing it as one of the most important pieces of emotional work she has filmed in a long time, and it is a reminder that underneath all the drama, this couple's connection has always been built on real vulnerability, not just soap opera spectacle. So, what does all of this mean for where the story goes from here? If the producer's comments are anything to go by, viewers should expect a slow-burn reconciliation arc rather than an instant fix. Lisa is likely to have to fight hard to win Carla's trust back, and given how deeply this betrayal cut, expect plenty of obstacles, doubts, and possibly one or two more setbacks before the pair are fully back on solid ground. Betsy, Lisa's daughter, has already shown how invested she is in seeing her mom and Carla reunited as a proper family unit, and her presence in upcoming scenes could end up being a quiet but powerful force pulling the couple back together. There is also the small matter of Becky herself. With her deception now fully exposed, fans are eager to know what consequences, if any, she will face, and whether she will simply disappear from Weatherfield or continue lurking as a threat to the relationship going forward. Fans online are already speculating about a possible do-over wedding storyline, now that the legal complication around Lisa's marriage to Becky has presumably been resolved. Given how much the show has invested in this couple's love story, from the botched proposals to the eventual engagement, it would not be surprising if Coronation Street eventually delivers the wedding fans have been waiting for, especially with the producer publicly signaling that a happy future is exactly where this is headed. Of course, this is a soap opera, and nothing is ever guaranteed to run smoothly, so viewers would be wise to brace for a few more twists before any wedding bells actually ring. To sum it all up, Coronation Street's early IDVX release has confirmed that despite everything Becky Swain put them through, Carla Connor and Lisa Swain are not headed for a permanent breakup. Instead, the show is setting up a heartfelt journey back to each other, built on the idea that their love never actually died, even when circumstances, lies, and one very manipulative ex-wife tried their absolute hardest to destroy it. It is a surprise twist that has reassured a nervous fanbase while still promising plenty of emotional drama along the way, and it cements Swarla as one of the defining relationships of this era of Coronation Street. That is everything we know so far about Carla and Lisa's future on Coronation Street, but you know this story is far from over. Let us know in the comments what you think is coming next for Swarla. Do you think Carla will forgive Lisa completely? Or is there more trouble brewing on the horizon? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another Coronation Street update. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.